We're starting our show again with weather, and we can cross our fingers that the forecast for June will be a bit better than what we've seen during other parts of the year. A wet May continued to delay planting, and that, of course, was on top of the flooded fields and ranches that many have been experiencing. Nebraska Extension has experts all over the state to help out and answer questions as to how your operation can recover. And we had Nebraska Extension Director Dr. Chuck Hibbard join the show to explain what's been done and what's still to come.
Our short-term efforts really starting from day one, March 13, 14, 15. Our folks were on the ground working with the local operations center, emergency operations center, to connect with farmers, livestock owners, to help them figure out what they needed to do under very dire circumstances.
Chuck Hibbard beams when talking about the long hours his extension staff has put in since the flood disaster began. Still, he knows the recovery is far from over. What began with connecting crop and livestock producers to assistance, coordinating volunteer efforts, and surveying damage has now turned into a long-term plan. One that FEMA says could take over 9 years to fully recover from.
Since then, we've really shifted into high gear in terms of just trying to help certainly people involved in ag production, primarily livestock producers, figure out, what do I do with animals that are missing or animals that are injured, or 19 miles of fence that are gone, those kinds of things, or 5 feet of sand deposited on my center pivot farm. So really going forward, it's a continuation of those kinds of activities to help people make sure people have the right information so they can make really good decisions.
Extension has also been working with homeowners. More than 3,400 homes were destroyed or damaged from the floods. But damage to any property, be it home, field, or livestock, can take its toll. That's why Extension is working to make sure farmers are focused on their mental well-being during this difficult time, too.
I don't think anybody should be embarrassed to admit, that they're grieving because of the loss of livestock, or they're just challenged with the economic status of their operation. And so we've been working hard to try to provide better mental health support, but then also trying to do those kinds of things that will help people see a path forward, because right now it's hard when you're trying to dig out a home or whatever, trying to rebuild fence. I mean, that's the focus, that's the project. We got to try to help people figure out how to keep moving forward.
That means moving forward together. And if you're still struggling, you aren't alone.
First of all, just like you to know that we're here with you. We want to help in any way we can. We have resources that might be helpful to you. The second part of that is please reach out. You're not in this alone. And so connect with Extension if you're comfortable with that. There are other service providers that are more than willing to help you, to work with you. I really encourage people to do that because you are not in this alone. It is truly a team effort.
Chuck also told me about the Flood Recovery Serviceship Program. 50 University of Nebraska students will be dispersed to work in communities that are in the flood zone. And as we've told you before, all the flood resources you need can be found at flood.unl.edu. The address is right there on the screen.